So hello then guys, welcome to episode 12 of our manager journey here on FM24. Now if you didn't watch the last episode, go back and watch that one, but this is absolutely huge. As you can see on the table, Swindon are top of the league. We are 11 points behind them. We win this today at Glanford Park. We have got a big chance of catching these in the second half of the season. We've had a couple of transfers as well, which I'm going to bring you up to date on very, very shortly indeed. Just to bring you up from the last episode, we've only had a couple of games. We drew 2-2 with Halifax. I was fuming at the end of that game. There is no way on earth we should have drawn that game. We were 2-0 up, we were cruising, and then we just had a lapse in concentration, and Loublade decided to put us to the sword. Then we've just gone to Barnet. Connor Wickham at 90+2 and 90+8 dominated for 98 minutes. Couldn't get the breakthrough, but Connor Wickham managing to do it. Transfer-wise, to bring you up to date, Cal Roberts has accepted an offer to go to Ross County at the end of his contract. We offered him a brand new contract, couldn't make him stay, but we have got him for the rest of the season. Shane Long as well at the moment, he's joining Armenia Bielefeld. We weren't keeping him past this season, but we've got him till the end of the season. But like I say, we're going to get straight into this today because this is an absolutely huge football match. And we have had one other signing, Sean Hutchinson, the ex-Millwall centre-half. This man is a leader, a fighter, a gladiator at the back, 6'2". He's a big, big personality. This guy's going to be Will Evans' replacement long-term. 34 years old. He's going to go into next season as the sort of mainstay, powerful centre-half that he is. He's only on the bench for the day today. He's only just joined. So this is the team that will start against Swindon at Glanford Park. It's Eastwood in goal still. We are still waiting for Dewhurst to get back to full fitness. Saidi, Chaplin and Hull is our best back three. Neil, Matheson and Kenlock. Smith has got the nod ahead of Berry. Purely, Adam Berry's had a couple of very poor matches, not impacting games, so we've dropped him for today. Elliott, the other central midfielder. Roberts in the number 10 behind Connor Wickham as the number 9 up top. Sean Hutchinson needs a shirt number. He can have the number 26. And let's hope, if we can win this football match and then win the next one after this, I don't even know we're playing after this. I need to check. Liam Rossinia is the Swindon town manager. He's had quite a fall from grace there. Obviously is the Hull manager right now in real life doing well. But this is a huge, huge football match at Glanford Park. And I'm hoping that we are going to be able to assert our dominance here and really play the football that we've been playing, because we've been playing some really good stuff of late. And we do have a free kick through Kenlock, who plays it into Roberts, who tries a little short one into the box, and Swindon do clear. Harrison Neal will pick this up and give it away. Oh, Harrison Neal, the young man from Sheffield United, and it's hit the bar. And Harrison Neal will be breathing a big sigh of relief. As it must be said, I'm sure you are at home too. Harrison Neal there, my word, that could have been a very, very bad start. But it is a long throw from Swindon. We do manage to just about stop that, but Evans has it on the edge of the box. He's going to go in towards Drew. We go and close him down quickly. Smith into Khan. Darcy will strike. Jake Eastwood. I mean, we're going to see it from behind the net. But that is... He looked a decent strike. I'm not going to say it's the best strike, but, I mean, he plays it into him here. It's a nice little run. He strikes it well. Keeper. All right, maybe we'll let him off. It's a good goal from Swindon. They will enjoy that. And after 20 minutes on the clock, Swindon are very much in charge of this game. 1-0 in the battle at the top of the Vanarama National, even as Chaplin has it at the back. Now Jake Hull. They are pressing us quite high, but Smith gets on the half turn, gives the ball away. We play it in towards Roberts. There could be a mix-up from the keeper, but there isn't. The keeper does very, very well there for Swindon Town, and we will start again. But they seem to be pressing us very high, do Swindon. Seem to be struggling to play out from the back a little bit as it's rolled out to Blake Tracy. Now Evans goes into Khan. It's a nice little triangle down our right-hand side. We do face him up with Matheson, but now Evans cutting inside. We're going to give him all the time in the world, and Jake Eastwood diving to his right. Wouldn't have got there, I don't imagine, but yeah. It's looking very, very difficult at this moment. I'm looking at our team here on the right-hand side on our formation, and we're not really impacting this at the moment. I'm going to offer some encouragement to the boys, and obviously that's immediately had an impact as Elliott picks it up in the middle, goes into Chaplin, who will play it right towards Matheson. back in towards Elliott. Now Saidi. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a foothold in the game as Neil goes into Smith. Now Cal Roberts is in, and Cal Roberts scores. Get in there, Cal Roberts. He may be leaving at the end of the season, but he's going to give it his all for the rest of this. So Scunthorpe United, number 10, gets in, and that is a lovely finish. And a man who is having the season of his career at this moment, I would suggest. I mean, Smith plays a lovely ball into Cal Roberts, left-footed across the goalkeeper. Scunthorpe 1, Swindon 1. And we are going to have another highlight straight from the kickoff. And it is going to be Swindon who play it back to Brennan. Are we going to double our lead? Is there going to be an equaliser as Drew comes down our left-hand side? We've got defending to do here. We've letting him come forward. It's into Khan. He's got space to run into. Don't all close him down at once, boys. It's off the bar. I think Eastwood may have even got a touch on that, to be fair. But again, Swindon are getting a lot of chances to come forward and have shots from the edge of the box. It's not something I'm particularly pleased with, as it's headed away well by Saida. And if we get in at 1-1 here, I think we can probably take that. But they've got another long throw. They're peppering us with these as Kenlock heads that away. It's whacked back in again. Eastwood claims very, very well, as he should. He's 6 foot odd. He should be able to claim those sort of balls. And now what will we do? Will we play out here? Let's have a look. No, we won't. We'll knock it long towards Connor Wickham. We don't pick that up, but we do pick up the second ball through Smith into Elliott. It wasn't the best ball in the world, but Elliott does very well. Out to the right-hand side of Matheson. Back to Saidi. In to Chaplin now. Harrison Neal. This is better. This is better. Into Corey Smith. Gets on the off turn. Corey Smith is a player I really, really like in this side, by the way. As Miles Kenlock goes down the left-hand side. He's got Wickham in the middle. He's got Wickham in the middle. We've got Wickham in the middle. Beautiful header by Connor Wickham. And I've got to say, what a cross from Miles Kenlock that is. Corey Smith again. Getting on that half turn, playing it out to the left-hand side. And there is Kenlock to cross it in well. And Connor Wickham across the centre half. It's a big header in this clash at the top of the league. And Connor Wickham sends the Scunthorpe fans into raptures because we are now leading against this Swindon side. Jake Hull will have possession. Plays it out to Kenlock. I don't think he could have got that down that left-hand side. But Hull goes into Neil. Neil back to Kenlock. We go again down the left-hand side. Miles Kenlock. It's another decent ball into the middle. It's headed. Elliott can't quite get there. Neil will. Will he fancy a strike here, Harrison Neal? He's still going into the box. And he ran out of talent a little bit there. But Kenlock will pick it up back into Harrison Neal. Takes another couple of touches. Then pings it across to Matheson. Matheson back in the side. Down the right. It's crossed in well. Cleared away by Smith. Now Elliott again. Matheson, it's whipped to the back stick. There is Connor Wickham, and I have no idea how he has managed to get that in. That is some header. He sort of headed that backwards as Connor Wickham. Let's have a look at this. It's a lovely ball from Matheson. It's cleared away well by Smith. And then Elliott keeps it alive. Matheson again, it's a lump to the back stick, and there is Wickham. I mean, that, have a bit of that, boys. Brennan and Smith out jumped and just done there in the air. That has turned around beautifully for us. Very happy with all that. Connor Wickham is having a big, big impact in this football match. And the main concern I would have is possibly Darcy. He's getting a little bit too much free space, which I'm not overly keen on. But at this moment in time, we are now ahead on the XG. We're ahead on the shots. We're ahead on possession. We're completing as passes, which is important. They've just had a little swap round up front, but at this point, I'm not inclined to change it as Wickham's through. And that is a good tackle by Kane, who wallops it downfield. Saidi will win it well. And now Ben Elliott, who's a very good midfielder as well. I tend to pride myself on having decent midfielders. Kenlock is having the game of his life. It's Wickham at the back stake. And Swindon Town have come to Glanford Park and whisper it quietly. They've got a bloody good hiding. That is another good header, that. But look at Miles Kenlock down this left-hand side. He's just got this lad here, this Drew. He's got him on absolute toast. And now that is another good header. Keeper no chance. And Connor Wickham is pulling off on these centre-halves and full-backs of Swindon Town and making it look relatively easier. Now he's going to have a long throw. It's into Elliott. Back to Wickham. Elliott on the edge of the box. Oh, and that could have so very nearly been 5. We may be making some substitutions very shortly as Swindon do have a corner through Kane. We could do it, not conceding now. It's whipped into the box. Kenlock heads away. It's only back to Kane, though. It's back into the middle. Eastwood flaps at it. It's back to Darcy on the edge of the box. We've got players blocking it there, and that is not bad at all. That would signal for me time to make a couple of substitutions. Ben Elliott's struggling. We're going to bring on Adam Berry. I'm going to leave on Connor Wickham because at this moment, for me, he's totally dominating this football match, is Connor Wickham. And what I mean, look at that. 10 out of 10 on the right-hand side. Connor Wickham has been outstanding today. We're just going to drop to cautious a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, we've brought you back for this. We'll just get this corner out of the way as Kane crosses it in. Can we head it away? Wickham is there to clear. It's crossed back in. It's Hubbard on the edge of the box. Now Blake Tracy. Now Smith. And it's wide. And that should do it. But let's be fair. Connor Wickham, have you seen a more rounded performance from Connor Wickham in his career than that? Is a bit disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Have you seen a more rounded performance from a centre-forward than that? And Connor Wickham in his career. He's got a 10 out of 10. Yeah, we've conceded. I'm not very happy with that. But that today from Connor Wickham was a special, special performance. Hat-trick, 3 goals. He were clearing crosses. He's been doing absolutely everything there. And that is about as comprehensive as you are going to get. Absolutely outstanding, that from our boys. That brings us towards 8 points behind him. And who have we got next? We have got Solihull Moors in 14 days. So we've got a nice break now as well. So we're going to get us all well rested up. And then we'll be back for Solihull Moors. Right then, we've had a very good rest period. 14 days off there. We've sent players away on holiday. We've given a lot of players a well-needed break to really get stuck into the second half of the season. There's just going to be one change from the last game. In fact, no, there's not. There's going to be 2 changes. I'm telling you a lie, because Marcus Dewhurst is back in goal. Sean Hutchinson is going to get his first start for the side in the place of Jake Bell. Jake Hull, sorry. I just want to make sure that we can bleed him in a little bit. We've got Tatonda coming back from injury as well, Gary Garden, so I want to shift him in. We've got a nice run of games now against sort of lower league teams at the moment. I think these guys are 15th, then we've got Woking who are 20th. So we've got a few teams now that we should be beating, and hopefully I can just get a couple of match sharpness up with a couple of players. And Sean Hutchinson is certainly one I want to, because he could be a big, big player for us. He's got the experience. He's a very commanding centre-half as well. So I'm hoping that we possibly just get a few of these into the team now. Just help us out a little bit, because we've been running on empty a bit in these last couple of games. But that Swindon performance, my word, that was something. And I'm hoping this isn't a bit after the Lord Mayor's show, as Cal Roberts picks up an injury. That's a bad one for us. We are going to bring on, we're going to do something a little bit different here. I think Adam Berry could play in that role. So Adam Berry is going to play as the shadow striker. We are playing away from home as well. So it's something that I'd like to try Adam Berry. I don't mind having Smith, Elliott and Berry on the pitch in attacking areas. We've got a lot of flair and a lot of quality in that area, and it's a part of the pitch which I think we're very good at. And obviously Berry with his set pieces as well, who's going to take this one. Wickham and Hutchinson at the front post. It's back to Adam Berry, crosses it back in. That's a bit high for Chaplin, but Wickham's there again. And Connor Wickham, you are seeing Connor Wickham at his best in this episode, because Connor Wickham gets the goal. That's his 4th goal of this episode. And he's doing very, very well. It were bouncing around in there. Saidi did well. It's not the best of balls back in from Berry. Headed back towards goal by Chaplin. There's Connor Wickham. And he gets his leg rounded. I believe that's Holtzman. And sends us 1-0 up at Solihull Moors. We're dominating, as you can see, 68% possession for Scunthorpe. And bearing in mind, we got asked just after the Swindon game in a press conference, we got asked why we are refusing to play direct football, to which I responded, I want to win football matches. This is the way I play, and this is the way my Scunthorpe team's playing. If you don't like it, I mean, we got promoted last season. We're doing very well this season. I mean, am I the right? I'm in the right. Would you agree? I believe so. But we have got Solihull Moors. Just as I'm saying how good a manager I am, Solihull Moors have a free kick, which we have to defend. It's crossed to the back stick. It's headed away well by Corey Smith. I mean, Emma were on that. He's played it into Sabara. And into it, good to have Marcus Dewhurst back in goal. Marcus Dewhurst makes a save. We're pretty in control here. I don't want to change too much at this moment in time as Elliott picks the ball up and goes in to Sean Hutchinson, of course making his debut and playing it to the left, and Miles Kenlock, who I thought we were going to get brought down for a penalty, crosses in. There is Connor Wickham, and I mean Miles Kenlock is saying to David Tutonda, you are going to struggle to get back in the team, Sunshine, because that is very, very good once again. Let's have a little look at this. Kenlock, I thought he'd possibly been tripped by Emmeram there, but he digs it out. It's to the back stick, and Connor Wickham, using all his experience, captain Connor Wickham, gets his second goal of the day. And, I mean, how many people have brought Connor Wickham in lower league saves? Let me know if you've brought him in. Let me know if you are bringing him in now, because he's doing exceptionally well for us here at Scunthorpe as we tick up to 74 minutes. I'm going to make some changes after this highlight as Saide looks to the right but goes back into Archie Chaplin. And Sean Hutchinson as well, it's got to be said, he's going to really help these two young centre-halves out as well, as Kenlock doesn't get past Clark on that occasion, but that's loose, and Adam Berry's in. And you know when it's going well, you tend to make decisions and they tend to work. And Adam Berry is giving us a little bit of a dance as we are on the touchline. But Hutchinson should really help these two young centre-halves as well. It's a bad pass, this, from Clark. How totally misreads it. Berry nips in. And to be fair, it's a beautiful finish from Adam Berry. We're now going to make a couple of changes. We've had to make one already with Cal Roberts. But now we need to make a couple of others. And I think bringing one of the two central midfielders off would be ideal. Maybe for Jason Law. I think for Corey Smith, I think that makes sense. And I think we'll just leave it at that. We've no reason to change it too much. We're doing well. We've got a little... I think we've got 3 games in 7 days again. So we've got something to be aware of there. Connor Wickham, I don't want to take him off when he's on an hat-trick. I am looking at shifting a couple of maybe Shane Long or Chris Martin on. And bringing in another striker just to help out a little bit. Despite, I mean... We do like conceding these crappy little goals at end of games. I don't know whether it's lack of concentration. Maybe I could be a little bit more proactive, possibly wasting a little bit more time. Rochdale have just equalised at Eastleigh. That's a big goal at the top of the table, as that's a good header from Mafuta, heading past Dewhurst. But 93 minutes is up. We're disappointed to concede that goal. But that is another good win, another good performance all round. A decent start for Sean Hutchinson as well to his Scunthorpe career. Well done, lads. That was superb. So let's have a look at the table then. We are now, I mean, I think Swindon's won again there, have they? Have they won again there, Swindon? I'm not sure. I can't see them. They must have played before us. But yeah, so we are, what? 8 points away from Swindon. We can catch Swindon. We're just going to have to not lose many football matches towards the end of the season. Rochdale up there with us. It's very, very tight. Look at this. I mean, there is literally, what, 57... There's 5 points separating 7 or 8 teams there. And even Yeovil, Halifax and York are not out of this. So anybody from 12, I would say, is looking at these playoffs. So it's going to be a very tight run into the season. Schedule-wise now, I think we're going to come back around March time. Maybe Oldham away, Billy Sharp against Scunthorpe. That could be one to come back for Chester as well. So we'll come back around there, or we may even come back around the Rochdale time. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this weekend's episode. Please remember to like and subscribe. It does help the algorithms. And if you like a bit of F1, there's an F1 Manager series that's really been the sort of mainstay of this channel as well. But I'll see you next weekend for probably the end of our Season 2. Ta-ra!